Okay, all viewers, welcome to one more live session of Chess for All tournament. This is a live tournament and this is 104th tournament that is being organized online. And okay, all viewers, welcome to one more live session of Chess for All tournament. Sorry, there is some echo, so I had to pause my voice. Okay, so this tournament is 104th tournament that we have organized. It's still 1 minute to start, so I'm taking this opportunity to say hi to everyone. And yeah, I can see one of the users online watching. Couple of them are watching now. So Leeches is some of who's saying hi. Hi Leeches. Uh, okay, so coming back to the tournament, so this Dutch defense is not going to be an easy tournament to play. Most players are not used to playing Dutch defense. So let's see how today's players handle the positions, especially when the positions are closed with the f5, e6 and d5 structures, especially the bishop which is on c8. We have to check from black side how different players develop their bishop from c8 and handle the situation, and how the attack is carried out in Dutch defense on the king side or on the queen side. So it's going to be a good example. All of you who are listening now and wish to learn Dutch defense, today you'll be getting a buffet of games only on Dutch defense, which you can check here. And yes, definitely we can learn something from today's tournament. So it's starting now. Okay, so here are the two players, Sandesh Pawar and Herbert Dervichero. Okay, so d4, f5, e3. There is a bishop g5 line as well, where is a where there is a small trap of h6, bishop h4, g5, and white sets a mate on h5. I will try to make one of the short game videos on Dutch defense short games. So right now white has not opted to go for the c4 line, which ideally should be played c4, gaining some space on the queen side. Without c4, there will be a passive game from white side, so white has to strive a lot now to gain some attacking position. And what about the bishop on c1? How is white going to develop the bishop on c1? Where will that bishop go? Can he exchange that bishop on a3? Probably play b3, pawn a4, and then bishop a3 and exchange with the black's dark squared bishop on d6. That could be one way of playing. And now a5 is played, so that bishop a6 can be played probably, but black has not played bishop a6. So bishop a6 would have helped black to get rid of that dark squared bishop, and similarly b6 and a4 might have helped white to get rid of his c1 bishop, which is again a dark squared bishop. Let me say hi to the viewers. So finally the bishop is out on a6. He should exchange it on b5. White will get a passer on queen side now if the okay, so black opts for first capturing the c4, bishop takes c4 and avoids the queen exchange. So that's the way black should play now. e6 is somewhat a concern for black. He should not have captured e6. Queen takes e6, knight c7 is available, but black can also play bishop cross e2 after he saves his queen. So knight c7, queen c6, knight takes rook, bishop takes e2 is playable from black side. Okay, so white has given away his bishop on e6. This is not the way white should have played. So this should be an easy game for black now. White is under time pressure as well as he is queen down. F3 is hanging and the game is over. Black has 1 year. Let's go back and check few games. So white is already winning here. Let us check few moves. What happened actually in the game? NC3. NC3 is again an innovative play to handle the Dutch defense. NF6, Bishop G5, E6, Bishop takes F6, Queen takes F6, E4, FE4, NE4, Queen D8. So Queen D8 probably is not the best way to play here, and White should get a good play on king side now. Knight F3, D5, Knight G5. It's just provoking and creating holes on the king side. Let's go back and check another game. Okay, so 16 players are playing now. Okay, this is just started game. Let's take a break. So for some reason the opponents are not assigned to everyone. So let me join the tournament. Let us see if the opponent is getting assigned. I'll play a game or two. Okay, so the game is assigned. Chakradev is a very good player. Let's see what he plays now from right side. NC3, as we saw in the previous game as well, he might try to play E4 after NC3. Yes, he is putting pressure on E4. Okay, I have never played Dutch defense, just trying to be at my best, not to give away an easy win to the opponent. Let me try to save E4. Yeah, so that's the problem with what to do. Let's try to exchange the bishops, but this is not going to be, this is not the way that defense should be played. So after bishop takes bishop, king takes bishop, my king is going to be vulnerable in the f file, and it would be by luck if I can win this game. Okay, takes f6. I have to defend g5 now, and difficult position now. How to continue here, because there's going to be ng5 check, king g8, and some tactics on e6. h6 I can play, but I don't like the hole which gets created on g6. Let's play e5, probably attacking the knight on f4, d takes e5, knight takes e5. Okay, let's try this. I'm not sure if it's a good move. e5. I have to make that bishop active. That bishop has to come somewhere. On c5 probably. Knight e6 now. Knight e6 can be replied with. Now c7 is hanging after knight e6. So I have to play queen c8. And then probably h6. Yeah. If nf e6, I will play queen c8. Followed by. Okay. Now c7 is hanging, so I have to play queen c8. Is there any tactic on on e5? I have to activate the bishop. Bishop d6. Bishop d6. I have to play bishop d6. h6 is a probability now. h6 I will try to attack the knight on g5 so that the e6 knight can be captured free. Rook f6. Okay, so that's a sacrifice I wasn't expecting. Queen g5 probably. Queen g5 is not possible. Queen g4 is not possible. How is white going to continue? Queen d5. Yes, queen d5. Can I put pressure on c6 by c6? c6. Knight can move, but there will still be a check. Okay, let me try c6. Yes, now check. Hmm. Let's try. I missed it. I missed it. I did a pre-move. I could have saved my queen and then I could have won. I have done a pre-move and it was a mistake. Again a mistake by pre-move. So actually I was winning, but this pre-move has killed me. Okay, so there is no point continuing now. I could have saved my queen when there was time. This is gone. I'll just resign now. How about I can play the next game? Okay, good game. Let's see what's happening next. Okay, so this is the line I was mentioning. d4, f5, bishop g5, h6, bishop h4, and here if black is unaware of this trap, if black plays g5, then you can play e3 threatening mate on h5, and there is a very good short game wherein white wins quickly. There is a concept of overloading in that. Okay, e4, pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop e7. Yeah, and queen h5 is not now available. Yeah, so this is a problem when you play h6 in Dutch defense. Queen h5 becomes a deadly check, like it happened in my previous game also. Now d4 has to be saved first, probably c3 followed by knight d3 and then rook goes to d1, rook. Okay, so e takes, bishop takes. You have to activate, white has to activate his knight as soon as possible. And now bishop c6, h2 will be hanging then. Yes, so rook has to be saved. So h2 is hanging. Yep, f5 has to be saved as well. So bishop e4 first. So rook f2 probably to save h2. h2 is hanging. knight c5. So b7 and e4. It's a fork now, and if e4 is captured, yes. So this is good for white because now e4 and g4 will be pawn islands. Both of them can be attacked. They should be target for knight takes f7, and it's lost for white. Oh, knight takes f7 wasn't played. Knight takes f7 was clear winning. Okay. Okay, so it was missed by black, but now black is good. Okay, so this check, so black has missed couple of moves. My rook, he was able to get knight takes f7 and this rook on h8 now, a8 now. It has gone for free. So white is holding an advantage here. It just has to capture the pawn on g5 and then it will be an easy win for white. King f3. Okay, rook cross g3. Okay, so now king has to be on the king side, and at least couple of pawns white has to grab now on the queen side and use his passer. He has to create a passer now. White has to create a passer, and also he has to save the pawn on c3 now. The question is that how can c7 be captured? Okay, how will white for okay, so if bishop is on e6 in this position, and if white is able to give rook d7 check, in that case c7 can fall because then king cannot go to c8 because of discovered check. So bishop e6, rook d7, that is the setup white should look for. Rook c5, rook f5 again, attacking the c5 pawn. So this is the problem when you have disconnected pawns, your king is tied down to save them. The c5 pawn is hanging now. Bishop c4. Is it possible to play bishop c4, b5, a takes b6? So it's a draw by repetition. Okay, so black should have won this game. There were a couple of opportunities for black. If we just go a few moves, I will show you where black blundered actually. Okay, so here white gave knight f7 check. Black could have played knight cross f7. Black had ample time, so this was probably a miss. He should not have played king e8, and thereafter rook goes to g7. Rook g7, there is a threat of rook g8 check. Okay, so now knight d7 could have been, no, knight d7 is not possible. Rook h8 was forced here. So this couple of mistakes actually it costed black his game. Okay, let's check the next game. Okay, so d4, f5, knight f3, g6, c4, e6, knight c3. So black is going for a different setup here. The fianchet to bishop line, I have to check which variation is this of Dutch defense, but it looks good as of now. How is black going to break the pawns? Probably by playing c6, d5 or pawn e5. Yeah, pawn e5. Pawn takes, queen to c2, e4. So this is what I was mentioning in the description of the tournament. That positional play is very important here. You have to make sure that in the close positions your pieces are well placed. If your pieces are not well placed, you're not going to get good activity. Just a minute, let us complete this game quickly. After e5, queen c2, knight e5, f3, pawn takes f3, knight takes. Now e3 is the problem in this position. E3 is a weakness. F3 should not have been played. He should have put his rook on e file or d file and tried to create some play there. But e3 will be a long-term weakness. This is where white lost his queen. So just simple trap here, or blunder from white. Bishop g5, queen d4 is a wrong move here. So after this, bishop e3 and queen is gone. Okay, so just for the watchers, make sure that this is one of the traps that you can use. Black queen is attacking the e3 pawn, but there is no second attacker. In this case, bishop from g5 can be a second attacker and can capture the pawn on e3. Let's go back and check the next game. Okay, so g3. Okay, this is again a fianchetto line from both the players. Yeah, there is a, so black has to attack in f file and white can put pressure in the e file. So as I said before, black has to play in the f file and white has to create some play in the e file by putting both the rooks in e file, but white is going for a different plan here. Okay, so that's the blunder from black side. He should have played queen f7 here. That was a proper defense, so that discovered check is not available for white, and even if the rook moves, black has the option of capturing the queen on c4 using his queen from f7. So black should have played queen f7 here. Okay, let's go to the next game. Okay, okay. So this position is pretty common even in some of the Sicilian lines when the knight hops to e5 and c4 in Maroczy position. The c4 pawn is present, but it is undefended. So in that case, white has to take care that the c4 pawn is defended somehow, either by b3, but b3 weakens your diagonal from g7 to a1. So this is a common problem that white has to take care of when knight comes to either e5 or b6 and attacks the c4 pawn. You have to make sure that c4 pawn is well defended. Okay, let's see what happened in the game. Knight cross c4, queen c1. Okay, f5, e takes f6. Again the same issue which we saw in the last game. e3 becomes a problem here sometimes from white side. If it becomes a backward pawn now, if f4 is played, okay, so e4 is the correct move. f4 should not be played. It could have been a backward pawn in that case, and e3 could have been a target for black then. Queen takes, it's a free knight. Yes. So here white has given away a free knight, and also bishop cross b2 is available after this. Knight goes to f4, queen cross b2, queen cross b2, bishop cross b2, and rook b1, bishop d4 check. Is there a fork? Yes, knight d2 is a fork, knight e3 is a fork. Okay, so that was just complete. So f3, rook takes f3, king takes f3, and bishop f5. So this was completely winning for black here with extra pieces. On b4 and b5 knight was given free by white, and after that black had an easy win. Okay, let's go back to the new game. Okay, this is something interesting. So d4 f5 knight c3, d5 f3, knight f6 e4. So this is something new which I have seen today, that attacking with f3, creating some play on e4. So this is a common problem again, as we saw in previous games. Whenever you play h6 in Dutch defense, it is going to be problematic for you. There will be holes created on g6, h5, bishop d3. Why bishop d3? What if the bishop is captured on d3? Okay, I'm not sure why white is giving away a piece here. That's the queen for white. So rook e1, immediately black should realize that it is going to be a discovered check on the e5. He should have defended somehow, but I think there is no defense as of now. Probably knight e6 or something. In short, the white king's position is pathetic in this case, in this game. There is no way, no squares left for him, and even both the bishops, f7 and f7 bishop is okay, but this f8 bishop is a dead bishop. There is no way that king can go and have shelter in some of the corner, or at least create an artificial castle. So this game is going to be, it was easily won by white. Rook takes queen, rook takes rook, pawn takes, and now it should be a cakewalk for black. Yep, munching all the pawns, and black has resigned after this. Okay, what's next? Let's see the game. Okay, so mate threat was here on f7, so bishop e8 to save the mate, queen f3, knight e2, knight c6, castles. Okay, knight f4, bishop takes c4. So free bishop given here by white. I think white has done a berserk here, so he had half time and he is playing under time pressure. Takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, a wild game, super exchanges. Let us just go back few moves. So this was the free bishop that was given. d5, knight d4, queen c3. Queen c3 is attacking the knight and bishop at the same time. So probably knight e2 check was good here. But here black played bishop cross f4, queen cross d4. Now again f4 and c4 are attacked. Bishop cross f1, queen, bishop cross f4, bishop back, and c4. So in the transaction, black is actually a rook up. That is good for black. I think it's all because white is playing in berserk mode with less time. It's going to be a long end game. Let's see how black won this. Yep, the clear passer now. Either one of the pawns has to be pushed. Yeah, and luckily both pawns are now in the light square so that the bishop can control it. So eventually black has queened and delivered a check and mate. Okay, let's go to the next game. So probably this is going to be the last game, as just 1 minute and 40 seconds are remaining on the clock for the tournament to end. Let's have a look at opening, what happened exactly. So again it was a fianchetto bishop opening, g3, d5 is an interesting move here. d5, if e cross then bishop cross, and knight cannot capture back because it's pinned. d6, knight c4, pawn takes, bishop takes, king goes to h8, castles, c6, bishop g2, knight d4, giving away the queen. Why would someone give away the queen? Okay, bishop takes queen was the simplest way to continue. Okay, check, check. It's a huge 55 moves game. So this is where actually I am not happy about the game, that the free queen was available, but white has not captured it. Knight e4, bishop takes d8 should have been played here. It's a simple way to just finish the game as early as possible. Okay, let's check what's who all are playing. Okay, so that's all. So these are the winners, friends. Chakradev has won. He is playing outstanding chess right now. Above Abosix, I'm not sure who he is. I haven't seen his player before, but he has played good and has a win rate of 67% today. And third is Shishirav. Shishirav is also playing good chess. So congratulations to all winners. And Dutch defense. This was a bit of out of book tournament. I saw a lot of games where the main lines were not followed. Most of them were playing g3 or f3 and e4. So these are not actually the main lines, but they are good options, side options that you can prepare and surprise your opponent, especially in the bullet tournaments. So all the viewers who are watching now, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. If you have any suggestions which tournaments you would like to play, you should, please mention in the comment section. I will definitely arrange tournaments for those particular openings. Okay, but just don't be specific about a variation. It could be a generic opening like Sicilian defense or French defense, Burke defense or Karokan defense, or maybe King's Indian we can try. But don't be specific about a certain variation. It becomes difficult to arrange only a tournament for certain variation. Okay, so thanks for watching everyone. Have a nice day and share this video with your friends who want to learn Dutch defense, and do provide us with your feedback. Thanks and bye bye. Take care.